Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using code Hawkeye and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, player props, and the best daily promotions in the business. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matters more than ever. Place your money line, prop, and parlay bets with the king of sportsbooks today. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly and offer resources to help you make appropriate choices. BetMGM.com for T's and C's. 21 plus to wager. Iowa only. New customer offer. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets. Bonus bets expire 7 days from issuance. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Coming. Fall is like my favorite time of the year. Autumn is my favorite season. So if you're looking for some merch, check your girl. Support the She Gets It podcast by getting you some merch. You know what I'm saying? You get some merch, you support, you get a little something out of it. You become a representative, an affiliate for She Gets It podcast. And I have sweatshirts on there, hoodies, t-shirts, whatever you need is on the She Gets It shop. Shop with Teespring. I'll go ahead and put the link up. Let's get back to the show. Back to sleeping with my titties and my gun, y'all. Oh God, when you sleep butt naked and then you have to completely change that, and then you get to go back though. Hey, areolas. What's up, y'all? This is She Gets It podcast. If you didn't know, now you know. My name is Shan. I'm not even going to lie to you and tell you what episode this is because it came to me in my best thinking time, which is in the shower, butt ass naked. I think we all get to a point where we're used to speaking with someone, being real close to someone, calling them often, seeing them often, or just like hanging, right? And then something happens within the relationship, could be friendship, associate, or lover, and it's nothing but dead space. Like, dead space. No call, no text. You stop going over there, they stop coming to you. They stop hitting you up. And then if you have kids, it gets really like funky because your kids start to notice like, how come you don't talk to such and such anymore? Or how come we don't go over such and such anymore? Or how come they don't call anymore? And then don't let your kid have like their own phone or their own iPad to reach out. And then the person doesn't pick up. Like, this is hella awkward. It's like if a child goes through their parents having a divorce multiple times because your friends and them had like their own type of bond, or your lovers and them had like their own type of bond, and now it's like ruined because your bond is ruined. So it's a really funky, weird position to be in, but maybe you've gotten a habit of not talking and then talking again, or not talking and talking again. And you might catch yourself doing like random check-ins. Wait, just calling and checking on you, see how everything is. Real surface shit, right? None of the gritty stuff, none of the good stuff, none of the, ooh, let me tell you what happened to me. Girl, let me tell you what happened to me. Ain't none of that, right? Because you know that y'all not as close as y'all used to be. You know that shit was kind of like fucked up the last time y'all spoke, but you seldomly over it, but you ain't forget it. They seldomly over it, but they ain't forget it, right? And then the conversation is just that, just a checkup. Sometimes you're going to have to get to the point where you stop checking up. And it's not because you don't love the person. It's not because you don't care anymore. It's not because you hate them. It's not because they're fucking trifling as fuck. It's because you checking up on them is not going to help the situation. You checking up on them is not going to feed them in a healthy way, and it's not going to feed you in a healthy way. It's going to be like, damn, now I feel stupid for checking up on them because it's still like a stale situation. And sometimes you're going to have to get to a point where you have to discipline yourself to not check up. And I usually always go against the grain and I say, you know what? Maybe we're not cool like that anymore. Maybe last time we spoke, we wasn't fucking around with each other anymore in that way. And it's kind of like, fuck them, right? And then you get to a point where it's like, damn, well, I hope they're doing okay. And especially during this fucking pandemic, it's kind of like, damn, do I want to be an asshole and not check up? Do I want to be a bitch and not worry about this person's well-being? Because a lot of times, maybe your exes didn't work with you, but it doesn't make them like the most disgusting, horrible person on earth, right? It just makes them not your person. It's not the person for you. And that's okay. It's okay to recognize that. You should recognize that. But at the same sense, I don't want to see people I've cared about in my past in a shitty fucking situation, or feeling helpless, or feeling like nobody gives a fuck. Because there's always like an ounce of fuck that you give, okay? And I just been thinking to myself like, damn, we used to be so fucking close. And it's that, like, it's not a particular person. Like, I'm talking about friendships. I'm talking about people that is like fucking family. You know what I'm saying? And also like exes, if y'all were like friends before the relationship. And it's kind of like, adult-wise, you get to a point where you can't check up. You get to a point where, you know, if I hit them up, they're probably going to think this is why I'm hitting them up. And I don't want them to think that I want to get back together. I don't want them to think that I'm feeling needy, or I want to fuck, or I'm trying to get something. I don't want them to think that. And sometimes no matter what you say to somebody, they're going to think what they want to think. Sometimes no matter how many times you say something, they're going to think what they want to think. And sometimes the checkup is not worth it. Sometimes the reaching out is not fucking worth it. Sometimes you just really need to be more aware that we're doing more harm than good. And even if that motherfucking LinkedIn pops up in your motherfucking email, says, hey, congratulate X, Y, and Z on their new position or their new opportunity. And it's kind of like, okay, that's cool. I'm happy that they got that. They're really good at what they do. Cool, they should get that. But you physically don't do any more than that mental note. Because you know the reaching out is going to stir up fucking emotions. It's going to stir up mixed feelings. It's going to be like, oh, okay, thank you. And then, okay, thank you. Be fake as fuck. It's so fake. And I don't want to catch myself sitting on the phone talking to somebody I really don't want to fuck with, or I really don't talk to. You know, I'm really big on energy, and to me, true energy is all the energy I need. right or wrong, wrong or right, happy or sad, angry or excited and full of joy. Like, true energy is all I need. And when I get an energy from somebody like they're not being forthcoming with what their real thoughts are, I can't go back to trusting a person. I can't go back to sharing my happiness with that person. I can't go back to feeling at peace with that person because they fucked that up for me. And a lot of people can't get past the fact that they want to blame somebody else for what transpired. And they don't want to see their part in the mix. Okay? And sometimes you have to keep reminding yourself, hey, Chantal, before you click this name, before you dial these digits, do you remember the time? Do you? And you gotta remind yourself, like, this is why we're not fucking with this person. And then Chantal be like, oh yeah, okay. So this is just about to be a mental note. And then another part of me be like, yeah, all right, I ain't gonna dial it. Anyway, let's go ahead and delete this number. But on some real shit, sometimes that's what's gonna have to be. Like, I'm doing really good at not checking up on exes because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I know they want to hate me hard. They want to hate me hard so they can forget. They want to hate me hard so they can feel better about where they at. They want to hate me hard so they can feel good about not talking to me. But I know there's like fucking pieces of them where they're just like, damn, she really happy as shit. She really okay with not speaking to me. She really doing a good job with X, Y, and Z. Her kids are just really out here growing and smiling and shit. And she's good. And she's not with nobody. How's she good and she's not with nobody? Man, because you got to recognize that sometimes you are like the ultimate piece that you need. Sometimes you can be the go-to for yourself. And it's some men out here that can balance being alone and being single and still finding like some type of happiness and inner peace. But there's a lot of men out here that feel like they need something. They need somebody to complete that void. But to me, like, if the connection is not there, if mentally I'm not there with somebody, I don't ever want to have somebody and still feel empty. I don't ever want to somebody to feel like we it in the physical and I don't feel you spiritually at all. And sometimes a lot of people, that's what it is. I don't want that feeling. So I'd rather be single and be with myself and my thoughts than to drag somebody along that we ain't connecting. Like, this Lego set don't go with this Lego set. You know what I'm saying? So if you find yourself in a position where you want to reach out to somebody, or you feel like you want to reach out to somebody because it used to be right, but now it's not, don't. Okay? We have to get out of the habit of reaching back out to dead ends. Okay? If you're a woman out here, you understand how important it is to cut them split ends, honey. Them split ends, them choppy ends, that shit is not cute. It's too many women out here getting their hair straightened, washing and conditioning their hair if they condition it, with some $2 shampoo. It's $2 for a reason. With some $2 shampoo. You blow dry it. It's dry. It's brittle. The ends are like breaking off. And you straighten your hair. It's straight. But the ends look like a fucking jigsaw. Right? You gotta trim your ends, okay? I trim my ends every 2.5 weeks because my hair is going from being really short to really long, and when it grows really long, I want it to be healthy as fuck. And so in order for shit to be healthy as fuck, you sometimes gotta trim ends. And sometimes trimming ends could be in people, family, friendships, associates, exes, and it has to be on some past tense shit moving forward. Like, it just has to be. There's no ill feelings. I don't hate any of my exes. I don't hate none of them. Even the one that put his hands on me, I don't hate him. I just feel like it gets to a point where as a woman to a man, I can't respect you. I don't respect you as a man, but I can respect you as my child's father. And that's what I could do. And sometimes we gotta be honest with ourselves and be like, nah, we can't do that. We can't do that. And give yourself what you deserve. Put yourself in a room of people who uplift you. Put yourself in a room of people who give you honest feedback, even if you don't want that feedback or you disagree. Just people who will give you that fucking honest feedback and not try to kiss your ass because you know of each other. Listen, that's worth more than a room of quote unquote friends that love to yes you, girl, yeah, you don't need but then when it comes to something beneficial that you can grow from, they want to tell you what you want to hear. They want to tell you what's going to make you feel good. Sometimes what's going to make you feel good can't be all the time. Okay? Sometimes it doesn't work in that way. Constructive fucking criticism goes a long way. Okay? And don't scream that you need help with shit when you don't want to receive the help. Okay? Do yourself a favor and do other people a favor. And just shh, okay? So don't stress yourself about reaching out to people that are split ends. Split ends deserve to be split ends. When you cut them shits and you see them on the floor or you see them on the counter or you see them in the sink, please don't let that shit go down the drain because you're going to have to call a plumber. When you see them shits, you're not trying to put that hair back on your head. You just feel better. Your hair feels better. Your hair is healthier. It wraps better. It's smoother. It's softer. Like, do what's healthy for you, okay? Whenever you feel like reaching back out to somebody that did something dirty to you or was foul or at one point didn't deserve to even know who you are on another level, have a cup of water. Drink some water. Hydrate yourself. And if you feel like you're missing a person, because I do, there's a lot of people that I miss that I once was like really close with. And I do miss them, but I have to remind myself that that's not who they were. That's not who they are. You're missing something past tense that was left within those days. This is not who these people are now, okay? And shit, there's a lot of shit that I miss from childhood that's no longer here. And I just got to treat it like that. And I have to stop reaching out to people who, one, they don't reach out to you. Two, they don't have a problem not speaking. And three, there's nothing progressive that's going to come from that shit. It's kind of like you're watering a plant that's not coming back up with new leaves. Okay? Stop doing that shit. Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your energy. And just let shit be what it is. And what it is means that shit is not here. That shit is no longer valid. Okay? Because I was in the shower like, damn, we really don't talk to him no more. And then the other me was like, nah, be good. And then I was like, shit. You know what, Chantal? You doing a real good job of keeping certain people on the block list. And I'm proud of you. I said, you are? And then I was like, yeah. Sometimes you gotta be like that. Sometimes you gotta baby step your way out of your feelings for old people. And I'm not talking about the elderly, because I love old people. I think old people are like in their last phase of this physical life on earth, and they're going back into babyhood. And that's like a goal for me. Like, I can't wait to be really old and going into babyhood and experience the moments and the times of, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do until I'm not here no more. Like, that's going to be amazing. But yeah, sometimes you just got to put yourself in that mind state where you conserve energy that's going into something progressive and stop pouring into dead opportunities. Stop pouring into things that are no longer it. And let's say if it's a relationship or something where you have to deal with a person, do your best to evolve that shit into something else. You know what? Like, I have to deal with my kid's dad, right? I have to deal with him. So I have to figure out a way to evolve what type of parental co-parenting relationship we're going to have for the sake of our kid. Like, whatever we do is always going to be the focus of our kid being better. Whatever we do is always going to be the focus of what good position can I put myself in to provide our child something better. And I'm not going to get in the way of him doing that. And he's not going to get in the way of me doing that. And it's always progressive thinking. There is no longer going back to what was, because what was is now done. Okay? It's a complete fucking rebirth of something foreign. Okay? It is very foreign. It is very new. At first I was having a hard time with it because it was kind of like, you feel like you giving your child to an alien, something foreign. You don't know of this thing, but it looks familiar. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like baby stepping what this relationship has to be, what this co-parenting has to be. So don't find yourself backtracking with split ends, and push forward, pour into what's growing, continue to do your work, and make room for new people. Okay? Sometimes you gotta throw out the dead plant. You gotta get some fresh dirt. You gotta put it in the pot. You gotta sow some new seeds. You gotta water that shit and put that plant pot in some new light. Okay? Put that plant pot in some new light, somewhere new where you didn't put pots before, and see how that thing grows. Okay? Grow with the right people. Because some people, you tried it, it didn't work, it don't work. Okay? It's going to work for somebody else. And I hope it works for somebody else, because everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody sometimes. Y'all remember that shit. But anyway, I've been up past my work hours. She works hard. Top of the money. It is now 3:30-ish. And I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to get up tomorrow. Is tomorrow Saturday? No, tomorrow's Sunday. I'm going to get up tomorrow. And I'm going to cook a breakfast. I'm going to cook some breakfast. I'm still cooking breakfast without eggs, y'all. Oof. It is the pits, honey. Breakfast without eggs is so hard. I think I'm going to do pancakes. I'm going to do pancakes tomorrow. And figure out something else to do with my midgets. And we could be out here in these streets. You feel me? Peace.
Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using code Hawkeye and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, player props, and the best daily promotions in the business. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matters more than ever. Place your money line, prop, and parlay bets with the king of sportsbooks today. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly and offer resources to help you make appropriate choices. BetMGM.com for T's and C's. 21 plus to wager. Iowa only. New customer offer. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets. Bonus bets expire 7 days from issuance. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.